From Monan Park at BC High in Boston, Mass, this is Game 7 of the 2022 Park League Championship Series here on LSP. The Boston A's and the EI Braves in this winner-take-all Game 7. Good evening, everybody. I'm Sam Feely, ready to bring you the play-by-play story alongside current Mass baseball umpire and former Lexington Blue Sox pitcher Sam Finn. Well, this series is everything you could have wanted to close out the summer Boston baseball season, Sam. It's been back and forth. Almost every game's been back and forth. The whole series has been back and forth. And really, the storyline at the end of the game last night was, the A's coming back to tie the game in the fourth after the Braves took the lead in the top of the fourth. And then, with 2 outs and 2 on, Chris DiGiacomo, who attempted to make a diving catch in right field in Game 2, but failed to, which resulted in a Braves walk-off victory, gets a walk-off RBI of his own to force Game 7.
Yeah, well, a little bit of redemption there for DiGiacomo. But what a game we had last night. A little bit of everything. We had plays at the plate. We had runners, catchers especially, getting picked off of bases. And we had a walk-off by the team down 3-2 to send it to a Game 7. The two best teams in the Park League. Winner-take-all matchup to see who will be the league champion in 2022. I'm really looking forward to watching this one with you.
Well, if the Braves win, it will be their first Park League championship. If the A's win, it'll be their second in the last 3 years, with the A's beating ADSL 2 years ago in the championship series. The Braves is also their second appearance in the championship series. They lost to ADSL in 2019. So it's going to be Valenti on the mound for the Braves. Dave Valenti making his third appearance of the postseason, 1-0 with a 2.17 ERA in 9 2/3 innings. Has allowed 11 hits, 6 runs, 3 of which are earned, walked 5, struck out 6, and hit 1 batter. Game 3 against the A's, he got a no decision, went 3 2/3, allowed 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 of which are earned, walked 5, and struck out only 1. Ryan Patrone to lead things off here on the top of the first of this winner-take-all Game 7. Valenti winds and fires the first pitch at 7:48, and it is at the top of the strike zone for strike 1. We're underway. Umpires tonight, Charlie Campbell's calling the balls and strikes. Mike Hinojosa is at first, Joe Peters is at second, and Brandon Johnson is at third. This will be fouled into the screen, and Patrone is behind 0-2. Patrone last night was 1 for 4 with a single. The Patrone, P.J. Brown, and then Derek Pizarro leading things off here in the top of the first for the A's. Up and in for ball 1. So you get ahead 0-2, and then you send a message to Patrone a little bit, but maybe that was just something he was trying to just slipped out of his hand a little early, I would imagine. I don't know if you want to.
I don't think so. I think we've been, this game, and especially, I don't know if this series has been played with any animosity, so.
Well, there has certainly been, that's down the left field line, out of the reach of the third baseman, Rizzuta into left field, and that'll be a leadoff double for Patrone. So excellent start for the A's.
Who is going to strike first tonight? Game 7, you get a lead. Didn't work last night, but let's see if they can get this run across right away and take the lead.
The Braves had 3 hits. The first 4 batters reached, actually, with 3 hits and a fielder's choice in the top of the first last night, but nobody scored. We didn't have any scoring until the 4th, as that is ball 1 to P.J. Brown, who had another phenomenal performance on the mound last night and at the plate, really, 2 for 4 with 2 singles and a run scored, and also pitched the first 7 innings with 9 strikeouts and 1 walk and 2 runs before handing it over to Oliver Collette in the 8th, who eventually got the win as that's fouled off.
He was really good last night.
Yeah.
Breaking ball for strikes, change-up, getting swings and misses on a change-up, limiting damage when he had to. Some plays in the field helped him out, but he was great both at the plate and on the mound.
Browns getting the start in left field tonight. Patron is in right, as that is in there for strike 2. I mean, there's a lot of two-way players on basically every roster in the Park League, and there's a lot of guys who can play multiple positions. I mean, Patron's played both second and at the outfield this series. And Volante's going to step off and look Patron back.
Yeah, Wong's another one. You'll see him on the mound tonight, but he's in the lineup usually every night for the A's.
Yeah, but Wong, one of the best hitters for the A's in the regular season, struggling at the plate in the postseason, but did get the win in Game 4 and is going to be entrusted to get the win in Game 7 as that's into center field for a base hit. Around third is Patron to score the first run of the ball game, 1-0 A's.
And just like that, they gave him a 1-run lead before he even steps out of the dugout.
So Brown picks up the RBI single. And here is Derek Pizarro, who has been a human highlight reel offensively and defensively this series. Last night was 1 for 4 with an RBI double and a run scored.
Probably put the best swing of the night by either team was that double that he hit into the left center field gap. So expect to see him probably have some success tonight, unless Valenti can make an adjustment.
Pizarro's really the one guy that's played the same position every game of this series for the A's. He's at short, as that'll get the inside corner for strike 1.
See Valenti paying Brown a little bit of attention over there. We talked about it last night that if the runner can take 5 or 10% of the attention away, you got a 3-hitter up here. Pizarro, he might get a chance to drive the baseball.
Brown takes off and it hits him. So the first 3 have reached. Already 1-0, still nobody out, as Brown goes up to second on the hit by pitch. And here's James Katsarobis at second tonight. Katsarobis last night singled after the first 2 were retired in the bottom of the 8th, then came around to score the winning run.
That's right.
As that is low for ball 1.
Love to get a ground ball here or a pop-up, but a couple of balls have found holes so far.
Brown at second, Pizarro at first. And that will miss. 3-0 with Freddie Carrera on deck.
That's a good pitch.
Oh, a little bit of a delayed call there, but it is a strike. Did look good, so 3-1.
We're human beings, Sam.
Of course.
Sometimes we take our time.
Of course. Fouled in the screen, full count. And, oh, that hit him too. Would have been ball 4 anyway, but the base is loaded, nobody out, and we're already, are we going to see a mound visit. Well, there's already action down the left field line. Look at that.
Do you know who's warming up for you guys? Smitty?
Mike Smith, who 2 nights ago got the win. Well, might be thrust into action sooner than he had hoped, because this game is already at a tipping point.
Last game of the season, can't hold anything back now.
Yeah, absolutely. So a double, a single, 2-hit batsman, still nobody out in the inning.
It's just been a little too fine so far. Really just, in a wood bat league, see what the guys can do. Now, you don't really have any room for error here. You got to go after the batter here and try and get a ground ball. Try and get an out where you can get the lead runner, or at least try and turn 2. 1 run, 2 runs, even 3 runs is not the end of the world here. It's a 7-inning baseball game.
And I guess that would explain why they don't bring the whole infield in here with the bases loaded.
Yep.
As that is outside for ball 1.
Yeah, I never understand that when I see that early in a baseball game. Got to get 21 outs to win a baseball game.
Carrera 2 for 4 with 2 singles and an RBI last night. 2-0. Had the game-tying RBI in the bottom of the 4th, plating Pizarro last night.
If I'm Carrera, I'm taking another pitch here.
Oh, he's going to put it into left field. It'll be deep enough to score the run at the very least. As tagging from third is Brown, going to third, and getting there safely is Pizarro. And on top of that, Katsarobis tags from first to second. So it is 2-0 A's, and now second and third with only 1 out.
Well, if you're going to make an out, that's a productive out right there. Advances the runners, too. Good job by the runner at first base there, getting back and tagging. Saw the left fielder going all the way back. Moved into scoring position, took the force away.
So Pizarro up to third, Katsarobis to second, sac fly and RBI for Carrera. And here is Chris DiGiacomo. Biggest hit potentially probably of his A's career last night, saving the season with that walk-off RBI. And that's down and away. DiGiacomo getting the start in center field tonight. Wong had been starting in center most of the series, but he is pitching tonight, as that is on the outside corner.
I like that decision from Nate Tomlinson. Just say, hey, worry about one thing tonight.
1-2 the count, 2 to Giacomo. Tommy Linane on deck. Infield not in here. And a swing and a miss for a big second out. Valenti picks up his first strikeout, and it'll be up to Tommy Linane, team's leading RBI man in the postseason, to keep the line moving.
Didn't have a hit last night. I'm sure he's itching to contribute here for the A's. Made some good defensive plays.
Linane was 0 for 3 last night. Was in the on-deck circle when DiGiacomo had his moment of heroism, as that is down and away for ball 1.
Sure, he celebrated all the same. It's only when it's the opposite way, when you left on the on-deck circle and you lose.
This will be popped up. Behind first is Beauregard to make the catch. And, wow, you talk about damage control. A's had the first 4-men reach. Bases loaded, nobody out, and they eventually only get 2 out of it. But it is 2-0 after half an inning in Game 7 of the Park League Championship Series here on LSP. The Boston Park League will host the 23rd annual Dick Clegg Howie Stein Golf Tournament on Monday, September 12th, with a 9:30 a.m. shotgun start at the Easton Country Club. Registration is at 8 a.m. The Park League named the annual golf tournament in memory of Dick and Howie in 2000. Registration is $125 per person and includes continental breakfast and buffet lunch. Great raffle prizes as well. You can email Bob Johnson at parkleague29@gmail.com or Walter Benson at bensonboston@comcast.net to confirm your space. Payment can be made via Venmo at Boston Park League 29 or check the Boston Park League website for additional details. Are you rushing to sign up for that now on your computer, Sammy?
If I could get away on a Monday morning, I would.
Oh, man. So Alex Wong takes the mound for the A's. Here is the Braves lineup, by the way. It's going to be Hector Cassione leading it off tonight at short, followed by Steve Rizzuto at third. Eddie Beauregard is at first. Jack McLaughlin is the DH. Liam Sears is in left. Andrew Lindquist is at second. Kyle Halloran is in right. Got the programs there, Walt? Yeah. Rudy Baez is behind the plate, and Alex Haslam rounds out the lineup in center field. So Cassione leading things off. Had been in the number 3 slot most of the series for the Braves to this point.
Might not have been Wong's most impressive season statistically on the mound, but pretty good here in the playoffs. Two starts, sub-4 ERA, and he's ready to go Game 7.
Cassione was 0 for 3 last night with a walk and 2 strikeouts. Thank you, sir. One and 0 the count, as he'll foul that one off, and that'll leave the count 1. So, we shouldn't overlook the importance not only of the A's getting out to the early lead, as that is down away for 2-1, but also of Valenti limiting the damage, because it looked like things were going to bubble out of control for Brown on the mound last night in the top of the 4th when the Braves started getting everyone on base. But the 2 runs that Brown held them to in that 4th inning were all they got. And then the A's came back to tie in the bottom half of that inning and eventually walked it off. So this will be a slow roller to third, barehanded. What a strong play at third by Tommy Lenane.
That's pretty good.
That's some phenomenal defense all series.
I was just going to say, you could say that the Braves may have some of the momentum here, and the A's feel a little hard done that they only got 2 runs out of that.
Yep, but good start to the bottom of the inning for the A's, certainly. Mm-hmm. A fine play there by Lenane, and here is Rizzuto. Rizzuto batted leadoff last night and went 2 for 4 with 2 singles. But there was an even bigger instance of damage control last night in the first when
I barely had my headset on.
Yeah, I know. The Braves got the first 4 on base with the first 3 hitters making contact on the first pitch.
Yeah.
But Rizzuto was tagged out of the plate on fielder's choice. And the Braves got nothing out of it in that top half.
Yeah, Lundqvist got thrown out at second.
Lundqvist was thrown out at second, trying to stretch a single into a double. And then Rizzuto was tagged out on the fielder's choice off the bat of Cassione. So 1-2 to Steve Rizzuto, who had the walk-off single in Game 2 of this series. Comes up empty there for strike 3. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the first. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Eddie Beauregard. Beauregard was 3 for 4 last night with a run scored, but on that fly out to center by McLaughlin, when Cassione got into third safely, Beauregard tried to take second and catch the A's defense napping, but was tagged out for the final out of the top of the 8th. No runs scored for the Braves, and that gave the A's a chance to walk off, and they did.
Yeah, I heard the story about it last night from one of the umpires. Apparently the middle infielders were arguing that the runner had left early going to third, but because they were near second base, they had enough presence of mind to notice Beauregard trying to advance, get over to second base, and apply the tag for the third out.
So it'll be popped up into shallow right, and it'll be caught by the second baseman Katsarobis, and the Braves go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first through one complete 2-0 A's in Game 7 of the Park League Championship Series here on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor LSP broadcast for as little as $25 per ad. Email samfeelypbp@gmail.com for more information. "25 pitches in the top of the first for Volanti, only 13 for Wong. And we'll see if guess your scorebook for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Top of the second will be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for the A's. Ryan McGowan-Conran, Michael Donahoe, and Ryan Patrone. McGowan-Conran at first tonight. Did not play last night. In Game 3, he was 1 for 3 with a single. Excuse me, that was Game 5. My mistake. It was 1 for 3 with a single. As that'll be low for ball 1 to the A's first baseman.
Yep, 5 hits in 19 appearances, 440 OBP. It's pretty solid. Probably can pick it over there at first, too.
1-1. Way outside, 2-1. Be popped up to the left side over his Rizzuto, but that will drop for strike 2.
There's not a ton of foul play territory, especially down the lines. Near home plate, you got about 20 feet back to the backstop, but once you get down the line, there's really no room for you to go and make a play.
Similar to Fenway as the...
You don't say.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, you got the outfield dimensions, and even the foul territory is, you know.
Here we go. We got a chance.
We got a chance over, and Rizzuto can't come up with a tough play there. Sliding down, and had to reach behind him as he was sliding down to try and make that catch. So, McGowan-Conran's still alive. Lanty delivers the 2-2. And another pop up to the left side. This one, Baez. Oh!
That's Bob Johnson.
Bob Johnson, nearly the. Can we?
Nope, he is not keeping that as a souvenir.
Can we
he knows how much that baseball costs.
Can we flash an E10 on the scoreboard or something?
No.
Still 2-2.
I like anybody who even goes for the ball. Don't cover your head. Catch it. They're baseballs, not bullets.
Still pretty difficult to take, though. If you don't know what's coming, as
Soft
it's into
hands.
left field, and this will be caught.
Nice play.
Going back there is Sears for out number 1.
That's solid contact right there, though. Good at bat.
So 1 down, and here is the catcher, Michael Donahoe. And Donahoe takes strike 1. Donahoe was 0 for 2 with a walk last night, was the first base runner of the game for the A's. Says inside for ball 1, drew a walk with 1 out in the 3rd, but then was picked off. Both catchers last night, Joyce and Donahoe.
Yeah, I don't think that base running will fit into the Tom Amansky collection for base running.
Yeah, exactly. And really not just from the catchers. There were some tough base running mistakes there last night.
I love aggressive base running, but can't run in outs. I think it's safe to say Valenti is now settled into this game.
Yep, he has retired 5 in a row after the first 4 batters of the game reached, including the last 2 of those 4 being hit batters. So the lineup turns over for Ryan Petrone, led off the ball game with a double and came around to score on the on the single by Brown. And that is outside for ball 1. Tuno. Grounder to 3rd. Rizzuto's got it. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. For Valenti, retired 6 in a row now, and after a $1.50, still 2-0 A's in Game 7 of the Park League Championship Series here on LSP. The Boston Park League would like to give special thanks to the Yawkey Foundation for their decades of support to the Boston Park League. Without their continued financial commitments and support of amateur baseball, leagues and venues like beautiful Monan Park here at UMass Boston and BC High would not exist. We truly appreciate all that you do for the Boston Park League. Thank you again to the Yawkey Foundation. And thank you again to Walter Benson and all the folks at the Park League.
Thank you, Walter.
allowing us to... welcoming me back to the Park League Championship Series and broadcasting these games. You know, in the past, I think I only done like in the series I'd done in the past. I think I only did like 1 or 2 games, but then again, at the same time, those games were kind of running concurrent with the Intercity League Championship Series. But the ICL kind of wrapped up a lot earlier than it normally does this year.
Is it unusual? It just seemed. I don't know. It's kind of strange that one league is, by far. This is about 2 weeks after everybody at least.
Yeah, I mean, the Cranberry League, like at the time of the, like during the years we did the Eastern Mass Amateur Baseball Classic, the Cranberry League basically wrapped up. Their regular season was almost wrapped up by the time that tournament was held.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
They do everything. I mean, they do everything great down there. They play early games. Season ends early. They have very competitive playoffs, and then everybody goes home.
Mm-hmm. So McLaughlin, Sears, and Lindquist due up here in the bottom of the second, middle 3rd of the order for the Braves. Alex Wong back to work for his 2nd inning. Called a center that resulted in the
interesting play. We'll call it an interesting. An interesting.
Well, wouldn't nuclear war be interesting, technically speaking?
I don't know. We wouldn't be around to see.
Oh, appeal down to 3rd, and
yeah,
that is a strike. Says Brandon Johnson. Looks so good coming in, and then you got nothing. That'll be low.
This is one of the best pure hitters in the league. I think he's dealing with a little bit of injury, but good to see him out here in Game 7.
2-2. Breaking ball, tried to front door him, and it'll be a full count. McLaughlin in the postseason through 4 games.
I said, what are you doing at third base? He said, I don't really know. Another good crowd here tonight, Sam.
Absolutely. Liam Sears going to start in left field tonight. Played first base in Game 5. And that'll be in there for strike 1.
Wong's pretty quick to the plate. Some would say almost too quick sometimes.
And he'll hit this one into right field. And it will be caught on the run by Patron for out number 1. Prior to that, Sears had batted 5 for 14 with a double and a triple this postseason. So here is Andrew Lindquist, the second baseman. And I'll be down and away for ball 1. Last night, Lindquist in the 2 slot was 1 for 4 with that single in the first and the second pitch of the ball game that he got thrown out second, trying to stretch it into a double. 1-1 as that's fouled off.
Got my heart racing.
Oh, man.
90 seconds into the broadcast, and I wanted to stand up and applaud. It's just great when you come out here to watch a game like this and you get some action right away.
Down and in for ball 2, 2-1. Strike 2. Long's not going to blow you away with a fastball.
He still it's still mostly fastball for him, but yeah, I think he can rear back, but he's trying to.
I tried to freeze him with a fastball right there on the outside corner, but just missed. But yeah,
Donahoe didn't stick that one too long. That's pretty good. That's a good pitch, but it's a ball. Just move on to the next pitch.
Yeah, when you got a side armor like Wong, you don't often get a lot of high velocity stuff like in terms of guys who sidearmed and had really good velocity. I mean, I think those tend to frequently be left-handers because, like, the two most notable examples I can think of are Randy Johnson and Chris Sale. Oh!
That's a good pitch.
Lindquist rung up by Campbell was 1.5 pinwheels into pitching the bat away and then got rung up.
Got the bad news.
Yeah, that's exactly why you don't do that. And he will take low for ball 1. Halloran last night, 2 for 2 with a double, a single, and a walk. Two 2-0. With McLaughlin nursing that injury you talked about, having the first 2 guys after him, go down quietly. It's gonna be harder to. It's going to be harder to for him to score this inning because basically now you got to string a couple hits together or Halloran's got to lose one basically to score him at this point.
Yep, he's pretty much station to station, but he's a smart base runner. So especially here with 2 outs, a ball that gets into the gap, he's going to be moving right away. We'll see what happens. This park is pretty big.
That'll be in there for strike 1. Long finally in the count, 3-1. You either have Halloran go ranch or you have him hit one into center. There we go again. Or you do that or you have him hit one into center. You have DiGiacomo dive to make a catch, and then he can't come up with it and rolls all the way to the triangle. That's how you would have to score score McLaughlin.
I mean, he's not in a wheelchair, Sam.
No, I know.
He can score,
no, I know, but like.
It's going to take 2 hits to get him in.
Well, instead, it's going to be a strikeout, back-to-back Ks, and the side is retired. Wong's got 3 thus far, and we are through 2, with our score still the A's 2 and the Braves nothing in Game 7 of the Park League Championship Series here on LSP. Emotions are going to run high at some point. So through 2 innings, pitch counts, you got Volante at 39 and Wong at 33. So only 14 pitches in that second inning for Volante, but 20 for Wong. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left for the A's. No runs, no hits. Oh, 2 runs, 3 hits?
No.
Oh.
2, 3, 4 coming up.
Oh, yeah, 2. Okay.
Sam and I are still working out the kinks. This is only is this game 4 we've ever worked together? And basically it's me asking Sam if I can come along, and him gracious enough to say yes.
He didn't slide it in my DMs, folks. He knocked politely.
Politely, very politely, in the middle of the day.
Yep. All right. You were flashing 2, 3, 4, and I now understand what that meant. But I was trying to read off like the totals I had thus far.
No, that was on me. That one was on me.
2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left thus far for the A's. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left for the Braves. As we go to the top of the third, and it'll be 2, 3, and 4, as Sam pointed out in the A's order here. P.J. Brown, Derek Pizarro, and James Katsarobis. 6 in a row set down by Dave Volante. And Brown leading things off on an RBI single, then came around to score on his own right as he takes outside for ball 1. Two and out. Trying to hit the outside corner against this lefty Brown, but Volante's behind 3-0. There's a lot of lefties. And you got a lot of lefties in the A's lineup and a lot of righties on the Braves pitching staff. That'll be a 4-pitch walk to lead off the top of the third, and Brown is aboard for the second straight time. So here's Derek Pizarro, who was plunked his first time up, but then was eventually stranded at third. And
A little back and forth between plate umpire and the Braves dugout there.
And that'll be inside for ball 1. Two and 0. It was definitely inside, but you know, with 6 straight balls, Braves and their fans can't help but be restless, I imagine.
Always looking thing through rose-colored glasses.
Think Brown's going to run here? And he does not, and it's grounded foul.
I like that swing there. You know you're going to get a strike, and you know you're going to get a fastball.
So Brown's reached base in 4 of his last 6 plate appearances, and that nearly hit. Pizarro gets hit for the second time. 3rd hit batsman of the game for Volante. 1st and 2nd, nobody out here on the top of the 3rd. James Katsarobis due up. Mike Smith has been warming. And are going to make the move. Not wasting any time. So Volante goes just 2 innings, allows 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 3 hit batters. And Mike Smith, who got the win with 5 innings of work 2 nights ago, is going to come in with the season hanging in the balance here. And a championship at that.
If you're the Braves, is there anybody else that you would want to be on the mound?
I mean,
see how long he goes tonight, but
No.
you want somebody to come in and put out a fire. I mean,
you already had Cleary throw 3 2/3 last night, and he's like with him being a submariner. With Cleary being a submariner who just threw 3 2/3, I have no idea if he's even available for one full inning.
I think you're right there. I think we're just.
Oh, and on top of Smitty coming in, Joyce is now going to take over for Baez.
Yeah, Hodgson and Cleary, I would say, would be out. Harder only threw about 20 pitches last. Fewer than that. About
No. He faced only one batter.
So 7 or 8 pitches.
Like 6 pitches, I think.
Yep.
But, Beatrice, I think, is the last. Beatrice, I would imagine, is like the last guy behind him, right? Like, because Beatrice pitched 2 nights ago, too, but he pitched 2 innings, so.
I think you have to pry this ball away from Mike Smith now.
Yep.
So it's his game right now. They bring in Joyce to catch him, and he's going to have to go right after this hitter. We got Carrera here.
Katsarobis. Katsarobis hit by a pitch, his first time up. So, first and second, nobody out, top of the third. Again, Dave Valenti pulled after 2+, 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs thus far, responsible for both runners on base. 3 hit batsmen, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. But it looks like Smith unable to find the zone to start. Brown at second, Pizarro at first. 1-0 to Katsarobis. 2-0.
I like Brown out there at second base. No intention of stealing third, but working the shortstop, the second baseman, and the pitcher, try and get some of that attention away.
Now being there for strike 1. It's worth noting that with Joyce now into the game, he's actually due up first in the bottom of half of this inning. Fouled off. 2-2.
Comes into the game and takes a foul tip right off his foot. Welcome to the game.
Who's the emergency catcher for the Braves, you know?
You?
I mean,
I'm not going back.
No, me neither.
I'm sure they got somebody. They could convince somebody.
Full count, 2 Katsarobis, Carrera on deck. Oh, boy. Folks, strap yourselves in. Bases loaded, nobody out. So for the second time,
corners are in here, middle's back.
Carrera to sack fly in the last bases loaded, nobody out situation the A's had. But that was the last run, the one he drove in on that sack fly with Brown, who is at third. And this will be into foul territory, and they'll get out of play for strike 1. Brown at third, Pizarro at second, Katsarobis at first, nobody out, just like it was in the first. This will be into left center field. That'll be down for a base hit. Brown's going to score easily. Pizarro's being waved around third. The relay will be cut off. 2-run single. Freddie Carrera comes through again, and it is 4-0 A's.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. Not trying to do too much. Flared it over the shortstop's head. Left fielder bobbles it, and we got 2 runners home, and this game's threatening to get out of hand early on at 4-0.
Well, that does close the book on Dave Valenti. First and third, still nobody out, and this will be a comebacker. Smith will go to second and get the force there. Excellent play by Smith to freeze the runner at third and then get the force at second of Carrera.
I can't tell you how difficult a play that is, Sam.
I mean, pitcher's fielding practice, you know, it's one of the biggest things you do in preseason preparation, you know, no matter what your level, but that was clutch to come up with that out and not allow a run. Like, I don't know if you're the Braves.
And you keep the double play in order.
You keep the double play in order, but I don't know if the Braves, you could even afford to even just go straight to second for the double and try and turn the double play and allow the run. This will be grounded down the third base line. It is a fair ball. Into score is Katsarobis. Coming into third is DiGiacomo. And now he's coming home as the throw is airmailed. 6-0. Wow. Got to rule that a double and an error, right? Or
that's a double and an error.
Yep. E7 or?
That's E6.
E6. Okay. I didn't see the throw. I knew the throw was coming from the left side. Couldn't see if there's a left fielder or the shortstop. But both Katsarobis and DiGiacomo score, and it's 1-0 to Ryan McGowan Conran. I mean, this is the floodgates opening now. This will be dribbled down the first baseline. Fouled even the count at 1. Wow.
Plenty of game left. Plenty of game left. But not all the game left.
Nope.
That's what you pay for here, folks. That's the insight.
And that is Tommy Linane knocking in those 2 runs. As this is into right field, and this will be caught. Tagging from third is Linane, and it will be 7-0. As Ryan McGowan Conran picks up the sac fly RBI. So Linane now up to 17 ribbies on the postseason. Imagine he's going to have postseason MVP honors, you think?
Offense and defense.
Mm-hmm. That was a ball, huh? Michael Donahoe 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And now we got more.
Yeah, we've got a warning here.
Yep.
Got a bench warning here.
So Carrera with a 2-run single.
That's why I don't keep them both ways. I just do it in my pocket. I don't give you guys the I don't give you guys the satisfaction.
Carrera with a 2-run single. Linane with a 2-run double. As that'll be fouled off for strike 1. Appeal. No swing. 2-1. To think Smith was ready to turn it around after he got the fielder's choice on Freddie, but
the A's aren't letting him make that decision himself.
Nope, not at all.
They are just applying pressure, and they're keeping the pressure on.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2. And we should note, currently nobody warming behind Smith.
No.
Ball 4. So the line keeps moving. Lineup turns over, and for the 3rd time in 3 innings, up to the plate comes Ryan Petrone. scoring the first, grounded out in the second. 1 for 2. And that'll be on the inside corner for strike one. At this point, every batter for the A's has reached base at least once, except for balloon their lead to 7-0 after 2.5 over the Braves in Game 7 of the Park League Championship Series here on LSP. LSP is the live event specialist. Ask us about streaming your next sports game, gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, play, meeting, or other event. Rates start just $100. Email samfeelypbp@gmail.com for more information. The Boston Park League will host the 23rd annual Dick Clegg Howie Stein Golf Tournament on Monday, September 12th, with a 9:30 a.m. shotgun start at the Easton Country Club. Registration is at 8 a.m. The Boston Park League named the annual golf tournament in memory of Dick and Howie in 2000. Registration is $125 per person and includes continental breakfast and buffet lunch. Great raffle prizes as well. Email Bob Johnson at parkleague29@gmail.com or Walter Benson at bensonboston@comcast.net to confirm your space. Payment can be made via Venmo at Boston Park League 29 or check the Boston Park League website for additional details. Well, the Braves find themselves neck deep in it. Alex Joyce to lead things off.
They're still breathing.
They are. It's only the third, and they are the home team, but got to claw back. 0-1 to Joyce. So Rudy Baez doesn't even get an at-bat before he's subbed out for Joyce, and Joyce will promptly, reach base on an error. Look, it's going to be an easy ground out to third, and that's a play that Linane makes in his sleep. Instead, is that an E5 or an E3, do you think?
What I'm going to say is I think that bad throw is all on Alex Joyce hustling out of the box on what looks to be a can of corn ground ball and forcing a bad throw there. And now we have a leadoff runner on. So, baseball's not perfect, but try as hard as you can and good things happen.
I mean, even though the throw kind of drifted up the line, McGowan Conran had to catch that. Yeah. So I'm tempted to call it an E3. Okay. As it's ball one. To be fair, I am not the official scorer, but that's how I would rule it. That is on the inside corner for strike one. The Braves don't like that call after they felt they've been getting squeezed much of the game. Low for ball two. 2-1 to the center fielder, Alex Haslam. He was in the number 9 slot last night and went 1 for 3 with a single. Joyce, Haslam, and then the leadoff hitter, Hector Cassione. Swing and a miss. Oh, that's some late ride. That was just a very late swing and not a good look out of the hand.
I think your first instinct was correct.
This will be into right field, and this will be caught by the right fielder, Patron, for out number 1.
Brown's out there and right.
The lineup we were given had Brown in left, and then as this is into right center field, and that'll get down for a base hit. That's going to be the first base hit of the game for the Braves as Cassione reaches, and it is first and second. 1 out. And here is Steve Rizzuto. Rizzuto struck out swing his first time up in the first. Swong in a little bit of trouble for the first time tonight. And that'll be down and away for ball one. Fouled the other way. 1-1. Rizzuto last night out of the leadoff slot, 2 for 4. 2 singles, strikeout, and a pop-up to second. Joyce at second, Cassione at first. 1 out. 2-1. Eddie Beauregard on deck. Down the right field line, but a little too far behind it, and the count will even at 2. Look how deep Patron is playing in left. Like basically like just a foot in front of the warning track. This is into left field, and everyone will go station to station. Back-to-back hits, and the bases are loaded for the Braves with 1 out. Finally, the Braves have something to cheer about.
This is exactly the type of inning that the Braves need.
Don't have to get it all back in 1 inning, certainly.
You know, the bases loaded now. You got 1 out.
And it's only the bottom of the 3rd.
And your best hitter from last night coming up. And now you're just applying some pressure back on the A's. Nate Tomlinson just coming out to talk and just saying, hey, we've got a lead. They can't score all the runs in one swing. Go after this batter right here. See if we can get an out without a run scoring. And even if a run scores, we'll trade runs for outs right now. How's Beauregard been this series?
Beauregard overall in the postseason, actually, haven't uploaded his stats from last night, but as this gets away, but with Joyce at third, no chance for everyone to safely advance.
He made up his mind. He said, I am not going to make the out here at the plate.
Yep. Ball 1 then.
And then that ball scooted away, and I'm sure he said, I think I could have gotten there.
Beauregard in Game 5 was 1 for 2 with a walk. And then in Game 3 was 1 for 4 with a run. 2-0. I think the better gauge right now would be the regular season splits against the A's, in which he was only 1 for 7, but with that one being a 3-run homer. Oh! Right on cue! Grand slam!
We can update those stats now, Sam?
Park League's got to upload the stuff from last night, but Eddie Beauregard clears the mesh monster. And the Braves right back in it, 7-4. Second home run of the year for Beauregard against the A's. The 3-run piece in the regular season, and now this grand slam, and we have a whole new ball game, and still only 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd. Now Jack McLaughlin, he was the Braves' first baseman on the ball game with a walk leading off the bottom of the second. Comes up empty there. Is it 1-1 or 2-1?
1-1, guys. 2 pitches, right?
You might. We're good. And this will be into center field, and it will be caught by DiGiacomo for out number 2.
Was that good timing there, Sam?
Oh, my.
I think that was pretty good timing.
Speaking it into existence, you know, us announcers have a habit of doing that.
I think his bat spoke it into existence.
His
right
bat
there.
spoke it into existence. Ross Curley still owes me a steak dinner for speaking his first Intercity League home run into existence.
He can afford
a few years ago. This year to give the guys a pep talk, and every year during that championship streak, I said, is the gap closing between the rest of the league and the Blue Sox, and they just kept on winning, but the Expos finally beat them this year.
Yeah.
And honestly, I love Rick. I love the Blue Sox. I love everything they've done for me in my professional career. But for the league, but for the league as a whole, it's good when it's good when there's that kind of competition. Come on, I mean, winning never gets old, but
it does for everybody else in the Intercity League.
Oh yeah. All right, 3-1 to Liam Sears. 0 for 1 with a fly out to right. But yeah, it was a game against the Melrose Americans, 2016, and it was a game against the Melrose Americans 2016, and just as I had mentioned that Ross had never hit a home run in his Intercity League career, the very next pitch he goes yard to deep left. And actually, his power numbers, the rest of his Intercity League career went up from then on. But that was not the first home run he had ever hit with a wood bat, because when he was playing at Bentley, the Northeast 10 is a wood bat league.
Yeah.
So he had hit home runs in his college career, just not in his Intercity League career.
Folks at home, the players can hear Sam as he announces the game, as well as the umpire. I've had many times where I've chuckled as I've been umpiring because Sam has said something. So the players can hear Sam as he is announcing. So Ross probably was hearing Sam,
and probably just did it to shut me up.
I was going to say he was probably like, "Well, this jerk, he's telling everybody I never hit a home run." I'm gonna show him.
I mean, what a batting title up to that point, but oh man, but
another one of those integral Blue Sox players for 7, 8, 9 years, just consistent third, and then moved over to short.
Yep. And actually, short was his natural position. The only reason he played third all those years was because another Bentley guy, Steve Gath, had short locked up until he retired, and then Ross moved back over to short.
That's pretty good to have that left side of the infield. Sure made me feel good as a ground ball pitcher.
So Liam Sears picks up the base hit. Inning continues for Andrew Lindquist, who struck out looking his first time up. I mean, the guy... 28 pitches this inning, for Alex Wong. Of course, the one who was most vocal about it was, one who was most vocal about hearing my commentary was Josue Feliciano.
Yes.
But, oh, man.
It's okay, Sam. We still love you. You're part of the extended Blue Sox family.
Love it. All right, we... have Andrew Lindquist getting hit by a pitch, and all of a sudden, the tying run is at the plate. Who could have seen this coming after the top half of this inning? Kyle Halloran takes outside, ball 1. No one warming for the A's.
Is there somebody in the pen?
Is there someone?
They may be in the pen, but we can't see them.
Yeah, usually I've been seeing them down the right field line, but swing and a miss, 1-1.
I will guarantee that somebody will be warming if they're not already. If Halloran gets on base here,
because on deck The man who started this inning, Alex Joyce.
Simple play of just hustling out a ground ball started all this.
Throw down to first. Safe. That was the right call, certainly, but got interesting there.
Everybody loves a good close play. 1 and 2 here, folks. 1 and 2.
So one.
And we got 1-2 here, guys.
1-2 is the count. Yep. Okay. Fouled off. Well, it wasn't 2 strikes yet, and it certainly is now.
Yep.
2 in the first, 5 in the third for the A's. 4 thus far here in the third for the Braves, with a tying run in Halloran at the plate. Grounder to short. Pizarro will take it to second himself. And that retires the side, but the Braves get back into the game with that grand slam by Eddie Beauregard. Through 3, we got a ball game again. A's 7, Braves 4 in Game 7 of the Park League Championship Series here on LSP. The LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD copy of most past LSP video broadcasts, or check out our exclusive collection of merchandise, including the LSP hoodie and the Never Concede collection. LSP37.creatorspring.com for merchandise. Email samfeelypvp@gmail.com for DVDs.
Coldest ever college baseball game was here. They played like Salem State on like a Wednesday night in the spring. It was just 40-mile-an-hour winds, standing out there on the bases like could have been a lawyer or something, make some real money.
Can I look at your book again, Sam? Top of the fourth, it'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, like it was last inning. Leading off for the A's, Brown, Pizarro, and Katsarobis. Mike Smith delivers low for ball 1 to Brown. Has singled, walked, driven in a run, and scored 2 runs. On the inside corner for strike 1.
Settled back in, okay?
Yep.
You got a real baseball game still.
And this is into right center field, deep in the gap, and Haslam runs it down. That's why you need that speed in center field.
You would have caught that one, Sam. I wouldn't have caught that one.
Yeah, you would have had better odds than me, even before I damaged my perineal nerve. So 1 up, 1 down, and here is Pizarro, who has been hit by pitches twice and now picks up his first hit. And that's good for the on-base percentage.
It's good just to stem the tide. What you really would not like to see is a 1-2-3 inning here from the Braves.
And moreover, a quick 1-2-3 inning, because you imagine if Pizarro makes contact with that first pitch and just grounds out to Cassione. Upstairs for ball 1 to Katsarobis.
That's going to pitch the same way, but him in a rhythm is a real benefit to the Braves. If you can stagger some of that progress, you're going to be successful. Ooh.
Just missed inside, ball 2. Katsarobis hit by a pitch in the first. Walked and scored in the third. Fouled off. So the Braves pick up their first 4 hits of the ball game and their first 4 runs in the bottom of the third.
In your own time. I think you did. Oh, did you do it already?
I think I did, yeah.
Did you do it last inning when Smitty was up?
Yeah, it was 2 innings, 2 hits, 3 at batsmen, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts and 4 runs. That was the line on Volante.
Smith's taking a little bit of damage already. But he doesn't really care.
Yeah,
He'll give up 10 runs if it means that they still win.
Ball 3. Full count. With Freddie Carrera on deck, you send Pizarro here. He does not go, and it's fouled off.
He's pretty quick. He's not overly dramatic getting the ball to the plate. So, you know, let your cleanup hitter take his swings and see what happens.
Runner takes off, and it's ground into the hole on the right side for a base hit. Pizarro's on his way to third, and he will get there safely. Nearly overslid the bag with this turf, but hangs on. Time is called, and it's first and third, 1 out.
Good call, Sam. Little action. Vacated the second base hole and put it right, as Rod Carew says, where they ain't.
That was Carew? Who said that? I could have sworn that was like Willie Mays or... That was Carew, huh?
I think so.
All right. I mean...
Don't quiz me on it.
No, I'm not quizzing you.
We can check the Wikipedia machine.
No. I'm not saying I don't believe it. I just could have sworn that phrase was like...
Willie Mays was hitting it over everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Carew was hitting it.
I still can't believe Carew hit won a batting title without hitting a home run. I mean, obviously he was never really a power hitter, but still, it's amazing that he did that.
There was a rule. I'll tell you in a second.
This is popped up to the left side, foul and out of play, strike 2.
Wee Willie Keeler, the guy who Joe DiMaggio broke his record.
For the hitting streak?
Yep. There used to be a rule, I guess, where if you would bunt at a ball with 2 strikes, it would not be considered strike 3. I think they changed that rule after Crew's career ended. So if he was ever he could just bunt and if the ball would be fouled off, it'd be fine.
Haslam going back deep into center field, and he hauls it in, but it's going to be well deep enough to score Pizarro, and it'll be another sac fly and another RBI for Carrera. 8-4 now with 2 out, and holding at first is Katsarobis.
That's 3 good swings by Carrera tonight.
And all 3 have plated runs. He's 1 for 1 with 4 ribbies.
Yep.
This will be ground to the right side and picked up in foul territory by the first baseman Beauregard for strike 1 to Giacomo, reaching on a fielder's choice his first time up.
We talk about momentum here. Momentum is swinging back and forth in this game. Braves seem to have seized it, and all of a sudden the A's come back and they played another run to extend the lead back to 4.
Check swing. That's a strike.
Really good 12-6 breaking ball there by Smith. See a lot of sweeping breaking balls. He throws his breaking ball right over the top. That's the sharper one. That's the slider.
1-2 the count to Giacomo, 0 for 2. And I mentioned that he reached on fielder's choice in the third and came around to score. Two and 2. On a hop to second. And on to Beauregard for the out that retires the side, but the A's get a run back on the sac fly by Carrera. And we are through 3.5. We're halfway home. 8-4 A's in Game 7 of the Park League Championship Series here on LSP. The Boston Park League would like to give special thanks to the Yawkey Foundation for their decades of support to the Park League. Without their continued financial commitments, and support of amateur baseball leagues and venues like beautiful Monan Park here at UMass Boston and BC High would not exist. We truly appreciate all that you do for the Boston Park League. Thank you again to the Yawkey Foundation.
Wish it was a dome.
Careful what you wish for.
Well, you come out here on April 1st and do a baseball game at 6, 7 o'clock at night, and you see if you wouldn't reconsider some life choices.
Yeah, I know, right? But I mean, that's
whatever day it is. What's today? Today is August 25th. I'll come here on every August 25th.
Yeah, but I mean, I did do a few Salem State baseball games in my time there, but like the press box at Salem State is like completely enclosed. They don't even open the window to point the camera out of, and it looks like we got a new pitcher too. Yes, sir. Oh, just checking in. All right. Thank you.
We talked about Wee Willie Keeler last inning. No. Thank you, Walter.
Never say no to Walter Benson's money. All right.
I don't say no to Walter Benson's anything. That's my guy, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's everybody's guy.
All right. All right. I'm trying to discern.
25.
All right.
Pitcher.
Of course, I don't have it on the website roster. Who we got pitching? Do you know? Yeah, that's what
I'd write down in my lineup card there, Walter.
Actually might be, yeah. Yeah, Sandini.
How good is Walter Benson?
God. Way outside for ball one. As Alex Joyce comes to bat for the second time. Hustled out. That ground ball. Forced the error. Came around to score on the grand slam. That's what got the rally started in the bottom of the third. He grounds this one up the middle. Pizarro's got it. This one is on target, though, for out number one.
Third appearance here for Sandini, second in this series. Been pretty solid so far. 8 innings, only 3 strikeouts. Looks like he's a ground ball pitcher. Got the first out of the inning. Ground ball Pizarro.
So 1 up, 1 down, and here is Alex Haslam. Oh, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Hit batsman number 5 of the ball game, and number 2 by A's pitching as Haslam is aboard for the first time tonight. Lineup turns over for Hector Cassione. 1 for 2, singled and scored last inning. Can't afford to get aggressive on the bases. In terms like even thinking about running with Haslam when you're down 4.
Not when you're down 4. You just...
This will be foul, and the count will be 0-2.
The lineup is turned over. You have your best hitters coming up here. You don't want to do anything that's going to take away opportunities for them to drive you in. Now, getting to second base is important with less than 2 outs, but you're not going to put yourself in a position to get put out without them moving you along. Not that I'd be shocked if it happened, because I've seen crazier things, but I think these guys know how valuable these base runners are, especially when they're free base runners given to you by hit by pitch.
This is lined into left field for a base hit. And even if you do send, it's probably a little easier to, a little more likely to send Haslam in that situation if you got a left-handed batter up, because, you know, if you got a left-handed batter up and that goes into right field, Haslam's on his way to third.
You got a new pitcher. Why give him a free chance to retire, to get an out without, you know, the ball being put in play? You go station to station here. You may be aggressive trying to score a run here from second base, but I think trying to take second base there is a little too ambitious.
Well, station to station is how they got their 4 runs in the bottom of the third. Playing station to station, of course, until Beauregard lost it over the wall with that grand slam.
He cleared the station.
Oh, good Lord. Here is Rizzuto, 1 for 2, as Cassione picks up his second base hit, and he is now 2 for 3. So Wong is going to get a no decision because he only went 3 innings. But in the meantime, Donahoe will have to have a word with Sandini.
Everybody's settled in here. So strap in. Halfway through this thing.
The line on Wong, by the way, 3 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 1 hit batsman, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Only 3 of those runs, by the way, were earned, with Joyce reaching on the air being the unearned run. Ball 1. So Haslam at second and Cassione at first. And this is deep to left. And this is gone! Steve Rizzuto with another big hit. Another home run for the Braves. And folks, you thought it was fun with the grand slam by Beauregard, making it a 3-run ball game. This is a 1-run ball game now.
Fastball up there, and he just lifted it. You know, everybody here has been to Fenway. It is not a long way to left, but you got to hit it high, and he certainly did that. And left fielder had no chance.
And Eddie Beauregard takes strike 1 on the inside corner, the big grand slam. Last inning. And he grounds this one to short. Pizarro's got it on to first, and Beauregard goes quietly that time.
Isn't this great? Who wants a blowout?
Game 7. Give me this in every Game 7 ever until the end of time.
Last game of the season, can't hold anything back now.
Absolutely not. So, Beauregard now 1 for 3. And here is McLaughlin, 0 for 1 with a walk and a fly out to center. And he comes up empty, looking to tie the game with that swing, 0-1. Change up.
He always swings like that.
One in there for strike 2. God, 7-0 after 2.5, and this is entertainment, folks. McLaughlin pulls that one foul. Still 1-2 with
hit the like button.
Liam
Folks.
Sears.
Hit the
on
like
Doug.
button for the Park League. Subscribe, comment.
Drown out these spam bots that are in the chat for whatever reason.
Any enticing offers there? Nigerian princes or anything like that? No? Okay.
You wish.
Once in your life.
Well, it's not a very long way down, straight down the right field line either, but
Nope.
a little too far out in front again.
That'll look like my golf swing.
Can you imagine this game goes to extras?
Yes, I could.
You inject it directly.
Can you imagine this game ending 8-7? I cannot.
No. Inject it directly into my veins.
Mm-hmm.
2-2.
It's going to have to. It's going to be the last baseball game you do for a while, Sam.
Yeah.
I know we don't like to talk about that, but
no. How late do we have the lights on? Till 10:45? We have to come back here tomorrow night if we're not done by then. A little too much underneath it, and it's going to be caught by DiGiacomo, but 8-7 through 4. Did you think we'd get to this point, and did you think we'd get here that quickly? All right, top of the fifth coming up. This is Game 7 of the Park League Championship Series here on LSP.
deep breath, everybody.
Are you down with the sound called LSP? Then follow and support us on the web, localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, PayPal, Creator Spring, and Ko-Fi, LSP37, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. We go to the top of the fifth. Mike Smith back out there, and it's the bottom third of the order due up for the A's. Linane, McGowan, Conran, and Donahoe. 8-7 in a game that was 2-0 A's after half an inning and 7-0 A's after 3.5, but a grand slam by Eddie Beauregard in the bottom of the fourth, in the bottom of the third rather, and a three-run Johnson by Rizzuto in the bottom of the fourth. Pull them within one. Ball one to Linane, who is 1 for 2 with a 2-run double and a run scored. Swing and a miss, strike one to even the count. Two in the first, 5 in the third, 1 in the fourth for the A's. 4 in the third, 3 in the fourth for the Braves. That'll be on the outside corner. 4 strike 2. This game has had everything. This series has had everything. As this is blooped into right field for a base hit. And Linane is 2 for 3. So, for the third time, the A's have the leadoff man aboard.
And just like we talked about last inning, grabbing a hold of the momentum, and immediately the A's come back and get the leadoff hitter on.
Mm-hmm.
And that just allows their team to settle back in, their relief pitcher to come in and take a little breath when he's in the dugout.
This will be foul to the left, but out of play for a strike one. To Ryan McGowan Conran, 0 for 1, flat to left in the second. Sac fly and an RBI in the third.
I think he's had a couple of good at-bats tonight. Right at the bottom of the order.
And we'll flare that one foul again. 0-2 the count. Haven't had a double play turn this ball game.
We had what do we have, 5, and almost all of them were unconventional double plays.
Exactly. We had a line out double plays.
Had like a phantom timeout,
the
double play.
8-5-4 basically. I think it was double play last night.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Nothing has been conventional about this series. 1-2 the count. And this will be in a left field. This one will be caught by Sears for out number 1. Sears had to back up a few more steps than I think he anticipated, but was able to make the catch. Stayed in the yard. 1 down as McGowan Conran is now 0 for 2. And I'll bring up Michael Donahoe, 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. He comes up empty for strike 1.
50th pitch.
And that was Mike Smith's 50th pitch now in this, his 3rd inning of work. Drops in there for strike 2.
Plenty of time to ice the shoulder after tonight.
Inside corner, strike 3 called. I think the way this game has gone, if the Braves didn't get that call, see a lot of very red faces in the Braves dugout and their fans.
Yep.
So that is
Good job there by
actually
Joyce.
Smith's first strikeout, by the way, and that'll be down and away for ball 1 as the lineup turns over for Patron.
Joyce does a great job of presenting the baseball, especially when he thinks it's a strike. So he held it there. Campbell rang him up. First out of the inning.
Patron,
Second out of the inning.
Patron doubled and scored in the first, grounded out to third in the second, popped up to second in the third. Pop down the right field line to foul territory. This could
Halloran's
be
got
Halloran.
Allen's got it, and the Braves.
Get out of it. Well, I don't know if you could really say they got out of it, but
Hey, in this game, if there
nothing-
is not a run being scored, that's a win right there. so.
really this whole series just, you take nothing for granted. Nothing has come easy. We've only had 1-1-2-3 inning. Actually, two. Each side has had 1-1-2-3 inning, and we are going to the bottom of the 5th with the A's still on top, 8-7 in Game 7 of the Park League Championship Series here on LSP. The Boston Park League will host the 23rd annual Dick Clegg Howie Stein Golf Tournament on Monday, September 12th, with a 9:30 a.m. shotgun start at the Easton Country Club. Registration starts at 8 a.m. The Boston Park League named the annual golf tournament in memory of Dick and Howie in 2000. Registration is $125 per person and includes continental breakfast and buffet lunch. Great raffle prizes also offered. Email Bob Johnson at parkleague29@gmail.com or Walter Benson at bensonboston@comcast.net to confirm your space and make payment via Venmo at Boston Park League 29 or check the Boston Park League website for additional details.
We going to see you out there, Sam?
Absolutely not. I basically cannot play any sport, even at that level, even golf.
What about you commentating a hole? Think that would make the players happy, or
I want to see
the
I
opposite
want
of
to see a
happy?
Mexican soccer announcer do golf one time. 1-0 the count to Liam Sears. If you want my opinions on golf, refer to Robin D.
Great way to get away from significant others for a couple hours too. I didn't say that though.
Yes, you did. To be fair,
It's not being recorded though.
It is actually,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's live.
Oh, okay. Oops.
Oh God! And Hey, I can't judge. I play in Magic tournaments competitively, and my girlfriend doesn't play Magic. I mean,
That's a longer day, I think, than a day of golf.
depending on how well you do. If you're like me, you go 0-2 drop, and then
Grab lunch and go home.
grab lunch and go home,
Yep.
and just wallow in your despair and your poor deck choices and your poor life choices. This is what happens when you try to be a professional burn player.
Hit 10 golf balls out of bounds and see if you don't reconsider some life choices as well.
That's why when I even did, dabble in golf, just stuck to the driving range, just try to, stroke my own ego that way. 2-2. Just see how hard I could, how far I could hit a ball. Then watch clips of, Gritty, swinging at Topgolf and then doing a bat flip of his club as this is into right field, and that'll be caught. 4 out, number 1.
Gritty in full
Gritty
gear?
in full costume at Topgolf, going ranch and then just doing that.
It's one of a kind.
He wasn't the first mascot the Flyers ever had. Andrew Lindquist, 0 for 1, hit by a pitch his last time up in the third.
Would the Philly Fanatic put a sweatshirt on or something?
Put a Flyers jersey on? No. They had a mascot that lasted for 1 season named Slapshot. As this is into left center field. Patron coming over. Oh, it got a little bit of miscommunication between Patron and DiGiacomo, and into second as the tying run is Lindquist.
Yeah, you got 2 outfielders running hard and a little miscommunication. Usually center field has all trouble balls, but there looked like DiGiacomo pulled up just at the last second, and the ball was able to drop in, and we've got a base runner. We've got the tying run on base.
We do, and Kyle Halloran, who just made a nice play in foul territory, down the right field line to make the final out of the top half of this inning.
I'm going to score that a double there. So.
Yeah, me too.
I think we got fielders running hard, and ball was able to just drop in between them.
Yep. Halloran trying to get on base for the first time tonight. Struck on the second. Fielder's choice in the third, grounded to third, and a good strong throw. Halloran can't believe it, but he was hoping for a safe call, but he was
just great effort.
He was
right
busting
there.
it down the first base line, nearly just barreled through the fence like a Looney Tune. So Halloran 0 for 3, and here is Alex Joyce. Still Sandini?
Yeah.
Right.
Was in the windup there.
Yep.
He had a little brain fart and
Yep.
stepped off.
Lindquist can run a bit too, so not really a guy you want to give a free head start. 0-1 to Joyce, who is 0 for 2 with a run scored. In the top of the 6th, the A's will have Brown, Pizarro, and Katsarobis due up, as this is bounced to Pizarro. And on to first, and we go to the top of the 6th. And it is still the A's 8 and the Braves 7 in Game 7 of the Park League Championship Series here on LSP.
Okay.
Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor LSP broadcast for as little as $25 per ad. Email samfeelypbp@gmail.com for more information. So Mike Smith back out there for inning number 6 on 1 day of rest. We are past the hour and a half mark of this ball game. We start at 7:49. It's now 9:27 here in Boston. And the A's 6 defensive outs away from their second Park League championship in 3 years.
Certainly more deliberate game than last night. I won't say slower. I don't like using the word slow on the baseball field, but every at-bat has been contested. A lot more base runners tonight, a lot more action tonight, and we still got 12 defensive outs at least. Well, unless the Braves take the lead, but at least 9 outs, most likely 12 more outs, and 6 more for the A's in order to clinch that second title in 3 years. And the Braves are not going to make it easy on him. What would make it easy on him is if Brown led off here with a double, something like that, came around to score, and you were able to just continue to extend that lead. The longer it remains one-run game, the more hope that a team like the Braves have, and they can put some runs up, as we've seen.
It's important to remember that the A's have been, a factor in the Park League since their first season in 2018. They won the regular season pennant that year. As this is down the left field line, and that will drop for a fair ball into the corner. Brown is on his way to second with a double. What were you saying again, Sam? Brown getting on base, right? Can't make it easy. So Brown is now 2 for 3 after singling home run and scoring in the first, walking and scoring in the third, hitting a fly ball to center in the fourth. Pizarro lays down a bunt. Throw to first. Pick up a sac bunt with your 3-hole hitter.
But it puts a runner on third with 1 out, and when each run is so critical, that may be something that you do here. Whereas in a regular season game, you're going to let him hit, but here, every run is critical. And now we see the infield come in for the Braves
for the first time after those big innings in the first and third. And it's high for ball 1 to James Katsarobis. 1 for 1, hit by a pitch in the first, walked and scored in the third, singled in the fourth. And that gets away. And in to score. That's exactly why you do that. In to score is Brown, 9-7.
That's a wood bat baseball run right there. That a wild pitch? Yeah, I think so.
2-0 the count now to Katsarobis. 3-0.
This becomes a very important part of the game here.
4-pitch walk.
Yep. Not that you're counting outs, but you are aware of how many more times you get to come up to bat. And I know that the A's have other guys on their bench right now that they may go to here at the end of the game. Every run is critical.
Freddie Carrera with a single, 2 sacrifice flies, 4 ribbies, and now he's going to pick up another single. And this will be his first plate appearance tonight that does not bring in a run, but it does make it first and second. Action warming now for the Braves down the left field line. As Katsarobis up to second. All right, Chris DiGiacomo, 0 for 3. Struck out in the first, reached on fielder's choice and scored in the third. Grounded out to second in the fourth. 1-0.
Greeley decided to stay with Smith here, and I can't blame him.
I got time called as ball came onto the field here.
He certainly earned the right to control his own destiny, but again, against last night's hero, another vital at bat here. You gotta try and retire this batter here.
2-0. Into right field, and this will drop. The bluff of holding the glove up by Halloran, able to freeze Katsarobis and hold him at third instead of try to come home with it. But Giacomo picks up his first base hit. Now the bases are loaded with 1 out here at the top of the 6th.
And the money man for the A's coming to bat.
Tommy Linane. Couple more RBIs tonight. 17 now in the postseason, right?
Yep. Might have been 18. I think you were 1 off. The stats were 1 off, so maybe 18 this postseason.
Strike 1, though, to Linane.
And a great opportunity for a couple more. But this is where Smith earns his bacon. You got to bear down here.
Linane popped up to first in the first. 2-run double in the third. Single in the 5th.
Good stop there by Joyce. Smothered that baseball. Didn't give the runner at third any chance to try and score. Who is that over at third? Is that?
That is Katsarobis, right?
Okay. Yeah. Katsarobis, Carrera, and DiGiacomo.
2-1.
A beautiful bouquet of American names right there. I love it. I love this country.
Had the guy in the comments the other night said, I've never heard so many Italians playing baseball with Pizarro's a Spanish name. This will be right back to Smith. Gets the force at home on to first. And they got it. 1, 2, 3. What a huge double play. You just cannot anticipate what's going to happen next in this game. This is amazing.
It's just great composure there by Smith. Great job there by Joyce. Looked like Linane did everything he could to make that a bad throw, and Joyce just put it on target for the 3rd out of the inning. So we move on to the bottom of the 6th.
This is amazing.
It's great.
Just more. Yes. Won't be my last baseball game of the year. Still got the 100 innings for ALS in October.
Are you announcing the 100-inning game?
I don't plan on announcing all 100 innings.
No. Come on, Sam. You got to talk to somebody. We got to have an announcer for all 100 innings.
Oh my God! Like even when I did it 3 years ago, like it was like from 7 to midnight on Saturday night, and you also got to remember that I'm.
How do you even announce that game? Do you know the names of the players that are coming into the game?
I mean,
you got people wearing T-shirts.
I know. Basically, what I end up doing is basically like it's at times it's interviews and at times it's just the sound of the game and just the the peanut gallery.
You're
and
taking
everything.
a cat nap and just letting the ambient noise.
Oh my! Well, not even that. Like I ended the broadcast at midnight that night, but that was at the back end of the busiest stretch of my broadcasting career. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, Alex Haslam, Hector Cassione, and Steve Rizzuto, 9-1-2, due up for the Braves. Set is up and away for ball 1. Haslam hit by a pitch and scored in the 4th, flew out to right back in the 3rd. 2-0. That was a stretch in which I averaged 2 working, either broadcasting and or taping, 2 games a day for over 2 weeks. And as this is, ricochets right off of the pitcher Sandini and into right field for a base hit. but it was I was live streaming hockey. I was taping football. I was doing play-by-play for hockey. I was doing the 100 innings. It was just an amazing stretch. And
Sounds
then
like a dream.
yeah, but it was tiring. It was super tiring. As Sandin's taking some warm-up pitches,
Got hit right in the butt there.
he got hit in the butt by that line drive, and just making sure he's okay.
Family show. The gluteus.
The backside.
The backside. The hind parts.
The buttocks, as
that's a little PG-13 right there.
Ed Hockley said it on an NFL game, so when he was refereeing. So
no, you ain't Ed Hockley.
Hockleys. Yep. All right. Ball one.
Back to the top of the order.
To Cassione, 2 for 3 with 2 singles, and 2 runs scored. It's Haslam's first hit of the ball game. 2-0. But that whole stretch of games I did, it ended at lunchtime on the day before Columbus Day 2019.
Well, it should be a busy time of year for you.
Absolutely. But that was the end of the stretch. And then the next 2 days, I absolutely refused to take any assignments because I was just so tired, and I just spent those days getting absorbed by my memory foam bed.
Ooh, that ball
into the
stayed.
left field corner, just getting inside the left field line, and the tying run is in scoring position.
Cassione is fired up at second base right now.
I mean, he has reason to be fired up even before that. I mean, he scored on both of those
home runs.
On both those home runs, and now here is the last home run hitter for the Braves, Steve Rizzuto. He represents the go-ahead run. But yeah, basically those 2 days. Columbus Day that year and the day after, I took absolutely no assignments. I basically just napped both days. Got all the rest. Got all the rest.
Great country we live in.
Got all the rest I could get recharged for the next stretch. But here we go, second and third.
You got enough energy to do these last 12 outs, maybe more.
Well,
you got a couple days off.
I got a few days off. I'm less concerned about like my energy. I'm concerned about, are we going to be able to finish tonight if this heavyweight fight goes on for much longer, if we're going to have game 3 of the 2015 Intercity League Championship Series situation.
I remember that.
That is in there for strike one.
I believe Rick DeAngelis was yelling at a lot of people that night.
Rick DeAngelis and Jeff Vigers both got tossed from that game. Matt Karras had to finish the game as the manager, and then there was the rain, and then the sprinklers came on. Yep. Oh, and it gets away, and here comes Haslam, and now the ball is thrown away from the pitcher, Sandini. Cassione will hold it third, but now Cassione is 90 feet away as the tying run. What even is this game?
It's baseball, baby.
I know.
It's baseball by 2 teams. I don't know if both teams want to win. I don't know if both teams are afraid to lose, but it's getting tight here.
1-1 to Rizzuto. Outside for ball 2. Rizzuto 2 for 3. Strike on the first. RBI single, and run scored in the third. 3-run Johnson. Excuse me, it wasn't an RBI single. It was just a single in the third. And the 3-run Johnson in the fourth. Fouled that one off. 2-2. 9-8.
Still nobody out.
Infield in. Swing and a miss! Sandini gets a huge first out.
It's a big one.
Preserves the lead for now. And now Eddie Beauregard. Best hitter last night for the Braves. And we're going to have a pitching change. It's Chris Sandini.
3-8, 38.
All right, Chris Sandini is going to be pulled here. And it is going to be Oliver Cole. Oh, boy. What next? So Colette pitched the 8th inning last night, got the win, and he allowed the first two to reach in the 8th. Cassione with a walk, and then Beauregard with the single, then struck out Thomas Byrne, and then
McLaughlin.
And then McLaughlin with the fly out, and Beauregard getting tagged out at second, try to sneak in the back door. So Beauregard has the tying run 90 feet away.
Lively
crowd, certainly.
Lively. We'll leave it at that. All we need is like a streaker at this point. Curly, maybe? Walter?
I only have the 2 microphones, unfortunately. Wait.
Yeah, you missed that one.
No, it's hitting me, and you just wanted to see Walt streak.
Yeah, well, there's no security.
He is the security, basically. They put Beauregard on intentionally. Okay. That puts the double play in order, certainly, but that puts the go-ahead run on base. All right.
Back to baseball.
Jack McLaughlin walked in the 2nd, flew out to center in the 3rd and the 4th. Ball 1.
Probably the hardest thrower we've seen tonight, Colette, coming out of the bullpen.
Yep. Oh, 1-1. A lot of room in right center. Into the screen for strike 2. McLaughlin, in the regular season against the A's, had only 1 plate appearance and did not get a hit. Fouled off.
How many games total did he play this year?
Not a lot, but he put up good numbers in the ones he did.
I didn't think so.
Cassione at 3rd, Beauregard at 1st, 1 out. Foul tipped into the mid of Donahoe for strike 3. So now Liam Sears. 1 for 3 with a single sandwich between 2 flyouts to right. Oh! Strike 1. In the top of the 7th, the A's will have McGowan, Conran, Donahoe, and Patron due up.
I think we know how you feel about that one, Sam.
Tough call, certainly. This game is tied!
What do we do when we get something that goes against us? We can overcome. We can overcome. That's what athletes are supposed to do. Umpire makes a call you don't like.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Move on to the next pitch. It was only strike 1.
That's right.
The A's were up 7-0 after 2.5. We are now tied at 9.
Looks like Sears is going to be lifted for a pinch runner here.
Is that, let's see, Sears.
Came in the bunt last night.
Oh, yeah, that was Byrne, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, okay. So Beauregard up to second on the single. So it's Byrne, and Byrne has played left field this series, so I would expect him to stay in the game and play left.
If you've got plans, folks, for after this, cancel them. We might be here for a little while.
Why do you have plans at 10 o'clock on a Thursday night anyway, you weirdo?
Because I like to party.
Here we go, Andrew Lindquist. Outside for ball one. The go-ahead run is now in scoring position.
Still got 2 outs here.
2-0. Beauregard at second. Sears at first. 3-0. Kyle Halloran is on deck. And still no one warming behind Colette. Strike one.
Just as you said that, see Matt Karen get up for the A's. And
Yep.
throwing down
Oh,
the right
yeah.
sideline.
And I see it now, yeah. All right.
I think these guys are already pretty loose. Just takes a couple to get ready.
Bases loaded.
Bases loaded. Somebody is going to go home pretty crushed tonight.
Halloran has another chance to erase his offer. He's the only member of the Braves starting lineup who has yet to reach base tonight. And if he reaches base here, it's going to give the Braves the lead.
He's had base runners on a couple of times tonight. See if he can actually
Struck
come
out
through
swinging in the second. Ground into a fielder's choice in the third. Ground out to third. Oh, it hit him! Are you serious? More! 10-9. Halloran gets plunked. The Braves lead for the first time tonight, and that is it for Colette. Oh my God!
Are you crying right now?
I'm not crying. I'm just amazed. Like, the first pitch too.
Might be. Did he pitch?
All right. Breather.
Breathe.
While Karen
Breathe.
warms up, I'll give you his. He has pitched. He's made 4 appearances this postseason and is 1-0 with 1 save and a .131 ERA in 5 1/3 innings. Has allowed 6 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, with 8 strikeouts. Last pitched in Game 4 last Thursday, and 1 inning with no hits or runs, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. Got the save in Game 1. Pitched 1 inning, allowed 3 hits, 1 run, no walks, and 3 strikeouts, and then got a win in 2 1/3 innings against TJO on August 11th with 3 hits, no runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts.
Is this right? I'm going to check.
In the regular season, Karen made 12 appearances and was 2-1 with a 3 ERA in 14 innings, allowed 14 hits, 10 runs, 6 of which are earned, walked. So Alex Joyce, who reached on an error back in the third to start this saga of a comeback for the for the Braves.
And how did he do that, Sam?
Yeah, like I said, reach on there, hustled out the ground ball. And that'll be strike one. So Colette only ends up going a third of an inning. The Braves have the lead. Grounder to the left side. It's through! 1 run scores! Here comes another! The front of the plate is offline! 12-9! And this is into center field by Haslam. And that's down for extra bases. Joyce is being waved around third. And now he's going to go back. The throw was airmailed. He probably would have scored, but they do pick up another run on the double by Haslam. It's 13-9. It is a 6-run bottom of the 6th.
Are we having fun yet, folks? Sam's going to need a vacation after this game.
I mean, I have nothing planned tomorrow or this weekend. So
the guy hasn't thrown a pitch, hasn't swung a bat, and he's going to need 2 or 3 hours probably before he can go to sleep tonight because he's still jacked up. As am I.
Cassione might be the most jacked up of all of us here in the park, though. Oh man, Cassione is 3 for 4 at a double earlier this inning. He's scored 3 runs. It's 13-9, and now he hits this one into left center field, and it is caught against the wall by DiGiacomo. But the Braves, down 2 runs with 6 outs left, are now up 4. Top of the 7th, Braves 13-9 in Game 7 of the Park League Championship Series on LSP. And look who is coming back out to finish it. The Boston Park League would like to give special thanks to the Yawkey Foundation for their decades of support to the Park League. Without their continued financial commitments and support of amateur baseball, leagues like the Park League and venues like beautiful Monahan Park here at UMass Boston and BC High would not exist. We truly appreciate all that you do for the Boston Park League. Thank you again to the Yawkey Foundation. Oh, my God. Can you imagine if Cassione actually hit a home run and not?
No, that I can't imagine. But I mean, this is just great.
I mean, everything else imaginable has happened this game. Oh my God! All right, I haven't even filled in everyone who scored that inning, but top of the 7th. All right, so
a 6-run bottom of the 6th inning there. 4 of those runs scoring with 2 outs.
It is the 4th inning of 6 or more runs this postseason for the Braves. They had that 7th spot in Game 5. That was their second 7-run inning of the postseason. They've had 2 6-run innings. They also had a 5-run inning. So they came through when it mattered. And now the A's, trailing for the first time tonight, with the Braves 3 outs away from their first ever Park League Championship. Here is Ryan McGowan-Conran taking ball 1. McGowan-Conran had a sac fly and an RBI in the 3rd. And that is sandwiched between two flyouts to left. It's 1-1 as Mike Smith, again on 1 day of rest, into his 5th inning of work. Into left field. Burn. 1 out.
Might have a new second baseman in the game. 7. Who was playing second base before?
Well, we don't have. We have the Braves subs. We don't have the jersey numbers for the subs. But, anyways, McGowan Conran flies out to left for the 3rd time tonight. And this is into the gap into right center field. On his horse is Haslam. He's going back, and he's got it for out number 2. God. The A's down to their final out, and it's Ryan Patrone who led off the ball game with a double and scored a run, and has since grounded out to third, popped up to second, and flew out to right. Mike Smith delivers. Low for ball 1. I'm sorry, but this game does not deserve to end with a 1-2-3 inning. Come on. Mid-May into right field. Halloran, the Braves have won the Park League championship on the heels of one of the biggest comebacks in Park League history. Down 7-0 after 2.5. A 6-run bottom of the 6th propels them to a 13-9 victory and a 4-3 series victory.
How can't you love baseball? From 6 outs from defeat to the 2022 league championships.
Wow. The first game of the series I broadcast, the A's were 4 outs away and then 1 out away from a 2-0 series lead. And the Braves make it 2-1. The A's come back to tie it 2-2. Braves 3-2. A's walk off game 6, force game 7. And the Braves, with their 4th inning of 6 or more runs this postseason, win their first ever Park League championship in their 2nd appearance in the Park League championship series.
Got to give a lot of credit to the A's.
Absolutely.
They certainly made it a series. They were in the driver's seat here, and it really takes a championship squad to come back from 7 runs, not to panic, and just to chip away. A couple of big flies, and then what a crazy 6th inning we just had.
The mistake is off. Mike Smith, on 1 day of rest, goes 5 innings of relief and gets the win. Oliver Collette takes the loss. Tommy Lenane, 17 RBIs in the postseason. Phenomenal performance for him for the A's as they present the championship trophy down on the field tonight. I mean, I don't think you can single out one player of the game for the Braves. Everybody contributed. Everybody reached base at least once. Everybody scored a run too, except for McLaughlin. But it was just, this is a fitting and phenomenal end to this summer of baseball here in Boston. We got the 100 innings of baseball in October, but let's all appreciate what we just witnessed and take a breather and come back in October and play some baseball for a good cause.
Yeah, we've got a worthy champion here. When you are down 7-0 in the last game, the 7th game of the series, and you don't panic, you might, be in moan at the umpire, but you do it yourself 2 home runs. Beauregard gets it started.
Then
Rizzuto, and then
just
now you can see what the end result is.
Sam, I basically got to kidnap you every time I have a broadcast during the school year, no matter what the sport, so we can have every broadcast be as exciting as this one. So, thanks again to the Park League and the Yawkey Foundation for bringing me in for this championship series, and let's keep having fun in the fall. As
thank you to UMass Boston for hosting this series.
Absolutely, and let's have some fun in the fall with the MIAA, NEPSAC, and everyone else who wants to be down with the sound called LSP. Huh? Good to be back, Sam. Good seeing you again. God has let me live another day, and I'm gonna make it everybody's problem. So, with that said, this has been a presentation of Local Sports Productions serving Greater Boston student athletes and beyond since 2011. Copyright 2022. Unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of LSP is strictly prohibited. A reminder, you can follow and support LSP on the web, localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, PayPal, Creator Spring, Ko-Fi, LSP37, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. And reminder that you can that LSP is a live event specialist. Ask us about streaming your next sports game, gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, play, meeting, or other event. Email samfeelypbp@gmail.com for more information. And one more thanks to the Park League, Walter Benson, Bob Johnson, and everyone.
Thanks, Walter.
And remember that the Park League golf tournament, the 23rd annual Dick Clegg Howie Stein Golf Tournament, Monday, September 12th, 9:30 a.m. start at the Easton Country Club. $125 entry fee, raffle prizes, and email Bob Johnson at parkleague29@gmail.com or Walter Benson at bensonboston@comcast.net to confirm your space. You can pay them Venmo at Boston Park League 29 or check the Boston Park League website for additional details. And again, one more thanks to the Yawkey League for supporting the the Yawkey Foundation, I should say, for supporting the Park League and amateur baseball all over the Boston area. Once again, the final score from Monan Park at BC High in Boston, Mass. The EI Braves 13, the Boston A's 9. The Braves win the Park League Championship Series 4-3. For Sam Finn, Walter Benson, and everyone here, my name is Sam Fiedler, reminding you freelance isn't free. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you in September.